Hey guys, happy Saturday or whenever you're watching this. We're coming up with a new program starting October 1st of 2018 year. I've had a lot of agents that were asking about some residual income or how they can make some extra income recruiting agents. We came up with a format. We had a HomeWire Elite meeting this last Wednesday. There were a few that joined, and we were able to kind of brainstorm some ideas. And that's what I love about this company is we're always brainstorming. We're always bringing it open. The thing that I enjoy is that being so open-minded as myself, it allows for people to actually speak their mind. And you may have a company that you feel like everything's 100%. But then if you actually listen to your agents and you listen to your friends around you and you listen to other components of businesses, what you find out is you have to bring other people up with you. And even though the 100% format, I thought at first was like, man, this should be good enough, right? I mean, if we're making 100%, that should be good enough. Let's face it, we all love that and we all inspire that and we love the business. And, I believe that HomeWire Hat is the best option that's out there, specifically in the Midwest and eventually throughout the nation. In fact, as of today, I feel like we are the best brokership, and that's a non-bias. I mean, we have Sell 911 where we can buy your house for cash. We have investors that are looking to buy houses right now. We can close as little as 10 days. So that allows our agents to have components of saying, hey, we'll buy your house, simply we'll buy your house. No 90-day guarantees or anything like this. I mean, we can definitely do that part of our spin, but those are really gimmicky, you guys. So, I'm just all about keeping it real, right? Then we have the Buy 911, which is our auction format, which allows the seller to have a 1% option to be able to list their house for only 1% with a 5% buyer premium. And there's a couple different approaches. And, we have that program available to us. So if you do buy911.com, it's an auction site, and we're shared with the blessings of that is we're shared with other auction sites that are similar to us. We partnered up with HomeBids, and it's awesome. You have listings in California, you have listings in Florida, Arizona. I thought I saw someone from Michigan, Hawaii. I mean, that's who we're joining here. There's not I don't. Other than one in Michigan, I don't think there were any other from the Midwest, which is exciting because that means we're on top of our game. And number three is HomeWire. We partnered up with a company called Chime, which is a new CRM system / website that will be up and going by next week. It already is for a Tennessee branch. Super awesome. We actually have our Tennessee MLS up before we have ours. Just happens to be how fast everybody is moving. Like, I guess they move a little bit faster in Tennessee. Who would have thought? Way cool. We still have our Tampa office that we're doing. And we have the Milwaukee office / Madison office as well. But we're going to set it up where we actually encourage you guys to set up agents as far as sponsors. Let's talk about that. So all of a sudden, this is how the conversation has gone in the past, up until even today, okay? I get a voicemail, I get a phone call, I'm out helping other agents build their business. I'm out there, helping some of my sellers. I'm out there doing my rehabs. I'm out there helping people that are doing rehabs. I'm coaching. Now, as you guys all know, I'm a health coach. I don't know if you knew that. So I'm working with individuals on getting healthier and kind of like what I call my 4X core. So there's more to be about that, but it's I can't do it all just by myself. And Missy's, having her is awesome, but we can't do this just by ourselves. So we need to build a team. And in order for it to build a team, there has to be incentive to you guys, our agents. You're our family. I want you guys to grow with this company. As we grow, you grow, right? So we came up with a residual income where basically you sponsor an agent, and Oh, let me just go back, and I don't mean to get back. We were just talking about how something went, how people would call me and connect with me and try to sign up with HomeWire, right? So this is how the conversation would go: is like, hey, Chris, do you have time to sit down with me to go over to, with coffee, blah blah blah. I think I want to become an agent, right? Yeah, I do, but I feel like I'm going out there, I'm having a conversation for an hour, hour and a half. First of all, I've never connected with this individual before, most likely. Sometimes I have, sometimes I haven't. But some of them are you guys referring them to me, which I'm appreciative for. But I would rather put this back onto you guys and say, let's build an agent, let's build a team, right? So let's make their life impact. I can only be one person. And by having you guys as our agents, our family, you guys can actually build them up by having, teams of 25, 50, 100, by bringing people in and be able to benefit from them. So, what I need to do is I need to kind of pass on some of my coaching to you guys, and for that, you guys are all going to benefit. We're looking at a sponsorship program. We're starting it October 1st, so we're not even looking at it. We're actually doing it. So the sponsorship program is simply this. You're like, Chris, just get on with like the money part, right? So this is a sponsorship program. What we did in the past, and we're going to still go do this moving forward, is for every agent you recruit, for every transaction they do, you guys get $50 up to 10 transactions, right? $50, 10 transactions, $500. Okay. Okay, here's where we're going to be different. This is how we're going to be different. So we are going to start doing HomeWire as an entity. We're going to be giving you 10% of the transaction fee, whatever we're charging for the transaction fee at that time. So starting October 1st, our transaction fee for new agents is going to be $395. Okay, $395 per transaction fee. If a commission check falls under $1,200 for that agent, we feel it necessary to still allow them to not take such a big blow. So we're going to do $295 a transaction fee for any commission check under $1,200. So if it's a check for $1,201, the commission check will be $395. If the check is $1,199, it will be $295 for a transaction fee. Okay, so if it's a $295 transaction fee, the sponsoring agent will get, how much is that, right? $29.50, right? $29.50 for each transaction that they do at the $295 per transaction level. When an agent does, when the sponsoring agents, their agent does $395 for a transaction fee, it's 10% of that, so $39.50. So I wanted to make things as simple could be. Also, across the platform here, doesn't matter if you're a $195, $250, or $295 right now, transaction fee across the board. Okay, across the board, we're going to do, if it used to be, if you did a second transaction on the same transaction, so it's each transaction that you would pay that. So if you're at $295 and you were working with a seller, right, you listed a property, it would be $295. And if you brought a buyer if you brought a buyer, which is a second commission check, you guys, is a double pop, right? You guys are making double on this. So to define some clarity here, because we have some agents that are doing one-party listings, right, where they find the buyer and they find the seller, and it's one transaction, right? They think it's one transaction, but it really is two. But they're charging as if it's one transaction. We're going to eliminate all the confusion here, worried about whether we're supposed to do $295 or $295, which would be $600, whatever, it's just shy of, right? $590. We're going to eliminate that. We're going to go to $99 for the second side. Okay, so if you're working with a listing, okay, or you're doing one party listing, okay. You found the buyer, found the seller called you, say, hey, would you do this paperwork for me? I need help negotiating through this deal. Doesn't matter, a wholesale deal, whatever, buy sell. It's 290, or it'll be the transaction fee that you're at right now plus $99. So if you're at the $395 per transaction format, you're now at $99 for the buy side. So if you're at the list buy, you're $99. So it would be $495 for a double pop, you guys. Double pop. Two transactions. Doesn't matter if you brought the buyers and sellers together and it's one sheet of paper. It's still our E&O gets charged as if it's two different entities, two different people you're dealing with. Okay, two different sides of the transaction. You still have a buyer and you still have a seller. There's no way around that. You have a buyer and a seller, you guys. It'll be the transaction fee that you're at right now. The secondary transaction will be $99. I hope I make that clear. There's I don't know how much more clear I can make that. So transaction double pop, it would, if you're at $395, it's going to be $395 plus $99. If you're at the $295 or $295 level for the list side, you're going to be in a $99 transaction fee. Because guess what, guys? I still pay E&O out of that, and I still pay a broker to look at both sides of the transaction. So I have those, and I have other fees that are on top of that. We also we pay per transaction in our back agent, and that's how they see it too, as far as our software side of things. Also, that's the way Realtor.com, some of our other marketing approaches look, is how many transactions we've actually done, and that's how we get charged. So they don't say, well, he did one transaction, blah, 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 he did this and this, this. No, it's two transactions. You have a buyer and you have a seller. That's two transactions. Sorry to explain it that way. I don't know how much more simpler it can be. It's two transactions. So I might get a little bit annoyed with that one. Sorry, but I just wanted to bring clarity to you guys, is from a sensitive level, because it can cause a lot of confusion, and some people get a little hurt when it's like $295 and $295, or now it'll be $395 and $395, right? So just to clarify that, if both sides of the transaction, you guys are at $1,200, don't play that game. Don't play that game. You're still going to get charged two transactions. It might be the $295, right? And then the $99 for the second side. Either way, if you did a $1,200 check or a $1,000 check, or you decided to do a $700, or it's your own property, you guys, it's still $290. It's that minimum $295 plus $99 if you're a newer agent signing on, or whatever it's still your transaction fee that I've locked you into. So if you're one of the first people, and you're at $195 a transaction, it's $99. And you guys might be like, wait, but why are you putting out that you have some realtors that are paying $195? Again, I want to stress that they were here in the beginning. They helped us build. They are the co-founders of our company, you guys. Missy and me, we're going to be paying the $395 per transaction. We're going to be up there with all y'all, because with any of the new recruits that we have in, or newer agents, because that's how we do it. We never ask our agents to pay more than what we would have, and it's just a good business sense. It's so that we can ride that out, see how that feels. But so far, we're not going to have any issues with doing that. So. Again, I love my agents, and I want to do what's right. Clarity is number one in this, and I know there's been some confusion. So we have a lot of different things rolling out here. The sponsorship program is one of them. In the next few days, I'll be reaching out to you a little bit about our new CRM system, a little bit about our new website. We have a lot of growth going on. If you have new agents, or agents that want to be, or people that want to be agents, excuse me. If you have agents that or people that want to be agents, excuse me. Most of the time they were just calling me and saying, hey, tell me the program, blah, 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 right? So I'm just gonna clarify this. It's $300 for a class, okay, through the Wisconsin Realtor Association, okay? $300, okay? Of that $300, how that breaks down is I will give a sponsor. Once you bring on somebody, you guys are going to sit down with them. You're going to work out. I have workout sheets that I'm going to be giving you guys, questions that you're going to be asking. You're going to be basically discovering why they want to be an agent, why they want to do these things. We're not going to be selling them. I'm done trying to sell people on success. They have to want to feel that they want this. And, usually they come in and they see how successful you are and they want a piece of that, but they don't want to work for it. Um, so our successes of new agents that have signed up for the program has been very slim. I would say 1 out of 6 that have signed up for the class have actually achieved going through the class, graduating class, and becoming an agent. Okay. So, like literally, I've had probably about 35 to 40 agents sign up under the program, and of that, and they're still with. I would say 5 of those became agents. 6 of them now. So, yeah, putting that out there. This is kind of like off the cuff presentation, and I just wanted to roll out something new to you, untamed, so if you have a new agent or somebody who wants to become a new agent, you guys would be their sponsors. So I don't want to receive a phone call like, hey, Chris, this person wants to do coffee with you, or giving them my phone number. That's where it's going to stop. Okay, guys, you guys are going to become their sponsors. If you don't want to become their sponsors, you're like, hey, Chris, listen, I don't want anything to do with this sponsorship program. I just don't have time. Then let's talk about who you can give your sponsorships away to. Maybe there's a relationship you can work out with one of our other agents that does want to become a sponsor. But at the same time, is that sponsor will then benefit from that agent, just so you know. But I would still tell you to bring them into the company and let them at least talk to a sponsor. But everybody qualifies here as a sponsor. Everybody who's an agent with HomeWire sponsors. Now, there are going to be things that you're going to have to do as a sponsorship. It's a responsibility. These are going to be your agents, kind of like your team. So there's going to be things that you're going to be reaching out to them, and you're going to be passing on to it, because it's getting to a level right now where we're 27 agents deep, and we want this to start syndicating down, and we want to start building up our teams, everything else like that. Sorry about that. So yeah, that's about it. I had to quick mute that, so I apologize on it. Again, this is kind of like off the cuff presentation. And you guys know the new format's $3.95 for new agents coming on. There is going to be some new pamphlets that are coming out to you guys, but you guys will be sitting down with these agents. It will not be me anymore. We will give you guys kind of like questionnaires to ask these agents or want to be new agents. So you guys will actually be sitting down with them, because you guys will be kind of like our boots on the ground for all this. And it's a way for you guys to build your legacy up and be part of a partnership with HomeWire, which is super exciting. There may be other times that I'm actually getting phone calls, and I'll be reaching out to you guys and to see if you want to sponsor them, because honestly, I want to focus on the business aspect and building you guys up, coaching you guys to be successful. And that's what I would like to spend my time on. And in order to do that, I need your guys' help to be able to do that. So if I get somebody calling me, I'm going to refer them to one of my agents. I'll ask, hey, such and such, would you be willing to sponsor this? Now, one more caveat to all of this, right? A sponsor is not a mentor, so do not get confused with that, okay? Our mentorship is just this. They're brand new agents. I should say any agents that have had less than 5 transactions, okay? Whether they're brand new to the game or they've been in the business for 4 or 5 years, I don't care. 5 transactions is the minimum they need to do. They have to be on their 6th transaction in order to be at the 100%. Okay, guys? So the minimum is 5 transactions that they've had to do. Now, in order to be out of our mentor group. So let me explain that real quick. We have mentors. We have 2 mentors. If you're interested in you're seeing this video and you want to be a mentor, it's a lot of responsibility. It takes a while to get paid on because they have to do transactions. First 5 transactions, okay? If they're on transaction 0 to 5, it's 50-50. It's a 50-50 split, and that 100% goes to the mentor. Okay, guys, that does not go to HomeWire. There still is a transaction fee, so they'll be at $3.95 a transaction fee. That's where they're going to be. The transaction fee comes off first, and then the mentor and that agent split works from there. So that's how it is. Whether it's an internet lead, there's that. We'll figure that we're figuring that out as we speak. But that's how it goes. So if an agent comes in and they've done 2 transactions with another brokership, or have the experience of a two transaction heartbeat, then they will have to sign up for 3 transactions with that mentor. And we have mentors. So do not get the mentor program mixed up with sponsorship, because you could still be a sponsor and not a mentor. So don't get confused with it. Those 2 separate levels of training, 2 separate levels of team building, right? And guys can obviously talk about team building as well if you want those sponsors to be in your team. That's a whole different business concept, and that's something to entertain down the road. There's a lot of happy people with teams. So I just wanted to put that out there to explain that. A lot of exciting things to go through this week. Super pumped up about a lot of things and that are going on with our company, outside of the company, you know, health coach, you know, just super happy about that. So if you guys have any questions, just feel free to email me or call me or text me. I'll be more than happy to. Again, we'll get some literature on this. Missy's good at it. Expect that literature to roll out in the next week here. But no, as effective, our websites are changing everything. Effective October 1st. Actually, effective today, right? Effective today, $3.95 a transaction for new agents. Okay, and then there's that minimum, $1,200, $2.95. Okay, we're just trying to make it as simple as possible. Become a sponsor, sign on 5 agents. If they did 1 transaction per month, that would be, you know, roughly. I mean, it could be roughly $200 extra for you guys, almost, and that wouldn't be so bad. You know, you'd basically have your membership paid for, and your MLS fees, and plus have $70, and if he will cut you the check. We'll instead of you paying us, we'll pay you for that month. Maybe you have 10 transactions or whatever. I mean, I'm looking forward to paying you guys every month. 20, 30 transactions. Do it. I mean, that would be a pretty good residual income. I could see this thing really growing for you guys. All right. Well, this is Chris. I'm out. You guys have a beautiful week. A lot of positive things going on. Talk to you later. Thanks.